fire.
Once upon a time, there were 4 children, and they had a very big bedroom where they slept at night. And in the bedroom, there was a carpet with big red spots. One day, they decided to play a game. And the game they decided to play was a game where the red spots were volcanoes, and the room was filling up with lava. And if you stepped on the floor, away from the carpet, your feet would burn and burn. So they had to get from one side of the room to the other without stepping in the volcano or the flames. And they had to shut the door to stop the lava from flowing into the room. So what they did, they walked very carefully round the red spots to avoid getting their feet burnt. But when they got to the edge of the carpet, there was no way to get to the door without burning their feet. Have you got an idea how they could get to the door without burning their feet?
A cushion.
They could throw a cushion on top of the lava and hope they don't fall off. So they took a cushion, but it was a long way to the door. It was such a long way, so they took the first cushion and walked on it, but they still couldn't reach the door. It was still too far away. What could they do?
Well, they put another cushion.
Exactly. So they took another cushion. Then one boy put his foot in the flames without noticing, and it burned his foot. Ow, he said. And all the children laughed because he was so silly to walk in the flames. And another one stepped off the edge of the carpet into the lava. Ow, he shouted. All the children laughed at him as well because he was silly. And then
it didn't happen. First, they built a house, and then they pressed the buttons on the sin.
Oh yes, I forgot that bit. That's where the lava came from.
And a boy pressed the red button with mechanics, and then there was a fire.
They mustn't press the red button, not the panic button. Any button but not the red one. And he pressed the red one, didn't he? That's what caused the volcano to erupt. Anyway, so then they took another cushion and could get to the door and open the door, and they could just shut the door before the lava poured in. Then they came back, and when they got back, they had to pick up the cushion to walk, because now it was very hot on the floor, and they had to walk on the cushions to get to the other side of the room. And that's how the children played the game. And when they got to the other side of the room, they were just in reach of the bed, so they could step on the cushion and jump in the bed and lie down safe. And then the lava became hotter and hotter, and the bed started to float along the lava, and it floated out of the window and down the garden. And then the lava got deeper, but luckily the bed was floating, so the children were all in the bed, very safe, huddled up to be safe. And then the lava got deeper and over the fence, and then they flowed down the street, and they went all the way down Chemin Bleu to where the school was, and then the lava flowed down towards the lake. And finally, the lava went into the lake and went sizzle, 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 and the water boiled. But the children were still on the boat, on the bed, which turned into a boat, so they could float along the lake. And now they were safe because they could look at the volcano on the land with all the smoke coming out and the flames coming out, while they were safe in the water, because the volcano, when it touched the lava, when it touched the water, it turned into solid rock. So they're safe. And for one day they stayed on the boat, but they luckily had some sticks and string, so they made some fishing rods with hooks on the end, and they managed to find some little worms to put on the hooks or grubs, and dropped in the water. They could catch fish to eat, and to cook the fish. Luckily on the boat they had a little frying pan, which they could use to fry the fish with some candles underneath. So they all stayed on the bed, all the children huddled up together, quite safe, cooking the fish for one day so they could eat. And then after a day, the volcano started to die down, so they paddled the bed back to the shore, and the ground was still warm, but it wasn't too hot to walk on now. They could walk on it, and they walked home back to their house, and there was Mummy and Daddy waiting for them, happy to see them again.
Well, Mummy came, but the Daddy was there working.
Yes, and that's the end of the lava story, the volcano story, and you know what? Oh yes, and one of the children, do you know which children pressed the lava button? Was it the big one or the little one?
The little one.
The little one pressed the red button, didn't he? The panic button, which he's not allowed to press.
Why?
Everybody told him, don't press the red button. But he pressed it anyway, didn't he?
Yes.
What a naughty boy. Caused a volcano.
Maybe when it's big, he won't press that button.
Well, big children wouldn't be so silly. Only a little naughty boy would do it. Okay. Now it's going to be bedtime, isn't it? Do you want a story from the iPad, from the telephone?
Well,
Yes, you can have a story from the telephone then.
well, you can choose if you want.
I will. Good night anyway.